Hi all. In the last video, we have discussed about the title tag optimization and what is on-page SEO, how title tag and on-page SEO are related. So this video will be discussing about URL and meta description and how these are related with the on-page search engine optimization. How the URLs will affect the on-page SEO and meta description affect the on-page SEO. Let's go and discuss about URL and meta description with on-page SEO. So what is a URL or an URL? So a URL is the uniform resource locator. In simple terms, we call it as web address. So I could give you an cite you an example like this is something the web address or the URL of a website. So we call it as the URL of a website or uniform resource locator of the website. So before moving into much more about the URL and other stuff, let me make you something clarity that we are not going to discuss in depth about the technologies. We'll be discussing about the things which are required in terms of technology to the SEO part. We'll not be going in depth into the technology by discussing how HTTP is coming, how HTTPS is coming, or the other parameters of technicalities. We'll not be discussing about that. We'll just discuss about what are the things required as per the SEO, right? So in this, it specifies the location of the resource of the web page on the internet, the URL talks about from where it is coming. It uses different protocols: HTTP, HTTPS, FTP, etc. So HTTPS is a secured one. So you have to buy an SSL certificate from the hosting provider, so which gives you as an HTTPS. So why URL matter for SEO? URL is important because Google bot crawls through URL, and once the bot crawls to the URL, the bot should understand what is the page is all about and what should be expected from the page URL. So from the URL, it helps the SEO to make the user experience better. It helps to get ranked in the search engines. It helps in building the links, and it is easy for the bots to crawl and understand what exactly the URL and what the URL is all about talking. So to cite an example, I've just been through pimsquare.com website. So if you could see pi-msquare.com is the URL of the website. As we have not taken any HTTPS, so it is not into the considering of that. It is HTTP slash www.pimsquare.com. And if I go to any other page, so we'll find another link. So if you could see the pimsquare.com/course/branding is the link or the URL of this page. And let me say go to courses, then the URL gets changed, so it's pimsquare.com/courses. And if I go into one of let's say email marketing, then you could find pimsquare.com/course/email marketing. That means it going through the folder in pimsquare.com. In the course, we are going through the email marketing. So this is the URL. It is showing the location of the page from where it is originating. So if you could see clearly, in this URL mostly I've used hyphens and slashes, rather than I've not used any underscores or any space or any other characters, because as per SEO, if you have hyphens instead of underscores or any IDs or any numbers or any alphanumerics, then it is better for the URL to get ranked well in the website rankings of search results. So let me go through some other let's say I'll be going through interview Q&A, question and answers. But here in the URL, if you could see, it is interview hyphen QA, not Q&A. So I have removed the end here, because if we go through URL structures and everything, this is something will help you for a better SEO. So what are the best practices for the going through the URL structures, or for the SEO? So keep the URL simple, as I have already discussed. Do not use any ID numbers or codes in between. There are chances of some web application which is getting integrated with the web websites or some e-commerce websites, there are chances that you have to come up with some ID numbers or codes, or it has to be in the URL. But it is better how much you can avoid with those things, because these things will help you out for the search engine results. So as already discussed, by looking at the URL, the search engines as well as the users who are going through that, they should expect or understand what exactly the page is going to talk about. And use hyphens and words instead of underscores, spaces, commas and all these things. It is better to use hyphens. And it is always suggestible to go with lowercase letters. Uppercase letters are not suggestible because of few issues with the crawling and indexing. And always it finds to use if you are using keywords in the URL, then it will help you out for the search engine rankings. So these are some of the best practices, like how you can go ahead with the URLs, for the best SEO. So you understood like what is an URL and like how it is useful for the SEO. So now let us go through understand like what is a meta description. We have discussed about title tag, like how the title tag helps the SEO, and it holds the heavy weightage for the on-page SEO. But now let us discuss what is a meta description is all about. So the meta description is same as that of title tag. It will come under in the header section of the HTML, and it is optimized in the HTML sections. So the meta tag should consider somewhere, sorry, the meta description of meta tags should be somewhere around 150 to 160 characters. And you can include the keywords, even long tail keywords into that, but make sure that it will be into the 150 to 160 characters of the length. So going further, giving you an example, the meta name or the meta description looks like this. Meta name equal to description content equal to, then you can write your content here. So for some of the website, or for few of the things where it is suggestible not to use the double quote, but even you can use the double quote to make it more specific. And in some of the cases, if it is more secured kind of thing, and other websites where people are not using the double quotes in the meta description, so it is still it's a debate story, going further, whether to use it or not. So been using it throughout my the digital marketing journey. So it is giving good results. So I thought we put forward like this. So if you could see for the PIM Square, PIM Square is an excellent website for the free learning of digital marketing. If you could see free learning of digital marketing is the keyword. SEO beginner courses online with digital marketing is another long tail keyword. Training for advanced also is another keyword. So if you could see, I've completed the meta description, completely giving you an idea of long tail keywords, as well as keywords, short keywords or the words into that, and closing the thing within 150 to 160 characters. So this is another example of meta description. And now let us discuss about some of the best practices what you should do in the meta description. Make sure that for each web page or each page you should write unique description. Do not make any duplicate descriptions for pages, because if you have duplicate description, meta description, then your pages may go missing in the indexing, or may go missing in the crawling. So summarize the things accurately in the description page. Make sure it is under 160 characters. Try to include the number of keywords into that. And moreover, as I have already discussed in my last quick tips video, that you always focus on your end user, because your end user is the guy who is going to search in the search engines. It is not that a bot or an automated process is going to search for your services or products by typing Google and going further with the search queries. It is your end user or the customer who is going to search in the search engines. So it is always suggestible that whatever be you doing, like following the best practices, understand your customers, understand the thinking, like what all what they is all about the search queries or how they'll search. So understand all these things. Based on that, you can plan how to write a meta description. So as I've already discussed like in this, so like the meta description, which talks about much on the keywords or key tags, and like all this stuff. So this is something an example, and you have understood the best practices for the meta description. So these are some of um, the thoughts on URL and what is a meta description, and the best practices for the URL and best practices for the meta description. Still, if you have any queries, you can drop me a comment in the box, and like if you have anything to know or anything to understand, you can ask me anytime comment box. And still, if you want like any clarity on this, I'm ready to give it. And hope you have liked this content, and for the next video I'll be coming up with the missing on-page SEO checklist, how to go about the on-page SEO checklist, and how to discuss like going further the best practices for the on-page SEO checklist. So don't forget to subscribe to our channel, IamSquare Academy. So we have like the imsquare.com website as well, and we are present on the social medias as well. So follow us on the social media, subscribe to our channel on the YouTube, and if you want to like go ahead and read the concepts, then always like you will find free tutorials over the imsquare.com website. Thanks a lot for watching the video, and subscribe to our channel, IamSquare Academy. Thank you.